Oh, geez. Excuse me. They do have the Care brand there. But then again, just keep in mind, though, if you don't get the best quality when you get a professional product at a store, like a branch store like Sally's, but it'll still do. So you will want to put in conditioner and just leave it in. You can go swimming. Make sure that you wet your hair, comb through it. You can use a wide tooth comb, or you can use a paddle brush and just section a piece of your sections of your hair off, and just make sure it's combed through from your roots all the way to the end. And then once you go swimming, everything is fine and dandy. You just want to make sure that, because here's the thing: what happens is your hair can only absorb so much moisture. So once you wet your hair and then apply the conditioner, it's not going to absorb. It doesn't have any room to absorb the chlorinated water, and that's what you want to avoid, your hair being strained and being exposed to the chlorine in the water. So that's what you want to do.
Thank you. Yeah, because right now I just feel like it's getting so dried out,
and that will
and I need something to moisturize it, but then turning back around, moisturizing it tonight and then turning back around and going swimming.
Right.
I just feel like it defeats the purpose.
It does. You know what? It does. Especially if you're going 3 to 4 times a week. So here's what you do is when you wash your hair, when you have your conditioner, you're going swimming, you're having fun in the sun, and then you go home and you want to get a clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoo you can get from Care as well. It's called First Lather, or you can go to Paul Mitchell. They have a clarifying shampoo as well. And so once you use, and you can get that from Sally's too. Well, they don't have Paul Mitchell, but you can go to Cosmoprov out here in Arizona and get that. No. You need to have a license for that. Oh, shoot. You may have to go to Sally's. Sally's has a generic cleansing. That's what you're looking for, something that's clarifying and cleansing. So it's going to strip your hair of all of the chlorinated, whatever is in there that's chlorinated. And then you want to go and use a hydrating shampoo and conditioner, which I recommend what I do, like, because I use it for my clients as well, is Mazzani. They have a thermal smooth, and you can even go to a local stylist and a local salon and just buy that Mazzani Thermal Smooth and the Thermal Smooth conditioner. And so it will be repetitious, but it will, but that's what you have to do since you go so frequently swimming.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, because I was just about to give up and wear a swimming cap.
That's funny. You look like the old school ladies from back in the 1970s.
Right? I'd still be rocking it though. Oh my God. Pulling bitches.
Oh, she said I'm still pulling bitches. That's what's up. Well, thank you very much for calling in to the Classy Jazzy Show. Did you have any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
All right. Well, shout out to moms.
Hey,
All
Mom,
right.
I love you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling in. You have a good one, okay?
You too.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. We have another caller on the line. Caller, you there?
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. Now, tell me your name and where you're from.
My name is Jory. I'm from Seattle.
Okay, Jory, thank you so much for calling in tonight. I do appreciate you. We did speak briefly before I got you online, and I didn't get a chance to speak on the Supreme Court ruling, but I'm glad you called in because I can discuss it with you right now. Now, this is a huge, to me, this is a huge history mark for the... What's the proper term, like lesbian, gay community, or
the LGBT community? There
you go, community. Tell me your perspective on things. This is why I'm asking, because I totally support, and I don't discriminate who loves who. Love is love, but at the same time, what I did see, like on Facebook and other social sites, the negative impact on it. And what I mean by that is even the lesbian, the gays, and transgender, or maybe not them per se, but when they celebrate it in mockery of a religion. So there's two sides to it. Like it's a celebration because, a long deliberation on getting same-sex marriages legalized across the board. But then again, once it's approved, it's like it's almost, shitting on, a religion too. So can you give some insight on that? Oh, your insight.
Yeah, so I mean, me personally, I'm not necessarily like a super religious person. I go to church and, I believe in the Bible, I believe in God, which is a little contradictory being, homosexual.
Right.
But in the Bible, there are verses that kind of go along the lines of saying, like, you shouldn't be gay, but it never explicitly says, like, don't be gay or don't be lesbian. So I think a lot of that is, it's unnecessary. Like, people or the LGBT community being like that towards a religion, it's just unnecessary. We don't need to be bringing more hatred into the world. Like, we're trying to move forward and get beyond that discrimination, so why should we discriminate against someone's religion? Like, yes, people have been using religion for a while to discriminate against us, as, using that as their backbone, saying, well, God hates gays and all of this stuff, but we shouldn't go back and try and do like the same thing and make fun of them for that. That's something that they believe. Everyone's entitled to their beliefs. That's
right.
What this country's basic principle is founded on, is, like freedom of speech and like freedom to be who you are, which is why I think that this has been such a big deal, is because those are the founding principles of this country. And then for the longest time, we haven't even been able to get married. A civil union, it was a step in the right direction, but it wasn't the same thing. It's like, okay, you have all the basic, and the same rights as someone who's married, but you can't call it marriage. And in a way, I feel like it was kind of a way to separate us from heterosexuals, kind of like we're lesser, like we can't have marriage, like that's only for them.
Right.
And so I think it's huge because it allows us to really be viewed as equals, and it's a huge step in the right direction.
It is. I definitely do believe that it is a huge step in the right direction as far as unity and being able to accept one another for who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel it should be going. I am a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ, and I still love my neighbor, point blank, period. And I'm not going to knock somebody just because that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? That's their thing, as long as they're not disrespecting me or trying to put their beliefs on me or try to, I'm not saying convert as in convert, but, force me to do something that I don't want to do. I mean, it's all about respect at the end of the day. And that's what I feel like. And that's why I brought up those two opposing things, because like at the same time, like, hey, it's just a celebration. I understand that there are some Bible thumpers out there that are like, oh, no. God has the last word. The Supreme Court is just a judicial system. God has the last word, and this, that, and the other. And I get that. But then at the same time, you have, others who are in that community, the LGBT community, that is actually blasphemy on it, making it a point to crucifixes. This is what I saw. Like, they put themselves on a crucifix, and kissing another person, another same sex. And, it was disrespectful, and that's why I had brought this up, because like, is it a mockery, or is this actually a mark in history? You know what I'm saying? Like, this should be a mark in history, just like how it was a mark in history for slavery, for blacks, and just like as a mark on history, when we were able for women to have rights, you know what I'm saying? So we were discriminative. Right. I put that in the same category. I did look this up on New York Times. There was one of the justice operators. His name is Anthony M. Kennedy, and he wrote, this is what he wrote. He says, "No longer may this liberty be denied. No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family." So in forming a marital union, two people come something greater than once they were before. And that's, what do you feel about what he just said about that?
That's great. I mean, I think what he's saying is true. It's marriage is something that it just shows, absolute devotion, for death do us part. that's what it's all about. And so honestly, I don't even see like why this was such an issue for so long. If two people want to say, you know, we're in love and we're consenting adults, why can't we be recognized as that, you know? And I get people's whole argument where like, well, now that gays can get married, people are going to start marrying their pets, or they're going to start marrying their cousins and things like that. And, you know, that's, sure, you can have your argument with that, but that doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. It's like, it's literally the exact same as straight marriage when you have gay marriage, because it's two adults that are consenting, that aren't related by blood, that are in love with each other, and that want to be recognized by law. Yeah, exactly. You know, you don't go and find your cousin and, you know, like, oh, hey, like, well, gays can get married, you're my cousin, how about we get married?
It's like, that's a little bit too much. Like, I hear you, but a lot of people think that the same marriage is just too much. So it's just that it's I mean, that I don't think the same, that I don't agree with at all. The incest thing, I'm sorry, or that, or family on family. But again, a lot of people don't agree with a lot of things I don't say. So, but you know, it is what it is. But I am happy for the community, and I do appreciate you calling in and to give your input on the Supreme Court ruling for the same-sex marriages. Did you have any shout-outs or anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my sister. She's just an awesome person, and she's working on becoming a teacher, so more power to her. That's what's
all the educators out there. We give you a shout out. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, Jory. You have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys. We're going to be wrapping up on the Classy Jazzy Show. Just real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Cam Ward. She inboxed me on Facebook, and she said, if you're ever looking for a stylist, you should come check them out at the League Barbershop Salon off of Dysart and Van Buren in Avondale. So they will provide a wide range of services on natural hair, sew-ins, and they provide virgin hair for weaves. Color, chemical processing, dreadlocks, braids for kids, and you know, of all ages. So it shows here, or she also wrote here, that she also provides the virgin bundles of hair and ship it out of state. So the name of the salon is League Barbershop, and that was Kim Ward. Her name is spelled K-A-M. If you do want to reach out to her, it's K-A-M-W-A-R-D. So thank you very much for inboxing me that information. I do appreciate you, because it went along with my topics today. And just real quick, one final thing before we leave the air. Okay, so I always in Arizona, it's always some car issues. I see cars on the side of the road, dead, messed up, beat up, flat tire, some smoke coming out the front, and stop right now. Okay, here's the thing. Now, that's what I need you to do. So in the summertime, there's always going to be an increase in height. It's summertime, right? So make sure your tires are checked. And I'm saying this as a woman as well, because I take care of a lot of car maintenance, and I have to do that because I'm single and I have kids. So anyway, make sure your tires changed. Make sure your oil is changed like every 300 miles, approximately every 3 months. Also make sure your tires are rotated. There's no sign of any shredding, and you can see the seat, the tires separating. So you want to keep an eye on that, because what happens is I don't want to say turbulence, but when you're driving the car, what's going to happen is going to be that like so BT. Oh, all right. I have somebody else in my ear. Oh, real quick. So, yeah, we did leave off on that. So I do have somebody that may have a replacing Drake. Not really. I like Drake for my baby daddy, even though he's not going to have my kids because my tooths are tied. But I do have a new crush, and that's Jadena. I love that guy. You know, hence the name Classy Jazzy. He's talking about he's a classic man. Yes, I can get all the way. I can get all up for that one right there. All right. And then, y'all, did y'all see on the BET Awards? I hope y'all saw this. Has been in talk of the town anyway, where Puff Daddy fell, or Diddy, fell. But the thing was, here's the thing that I liked about that, the comeback with that, was Little Kim. She came up and she was just doing her thing. She came in like, rah, rah, wish I would say something about my brother, even so what, he fell, but I'm for the rock. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate her for doing her